Welcome back. I am Neil Peterson, and we are going to talk about racism, protesting, and why your actions actually matter. Now, I grew up in South Africa during the 1980 student uprising. I know what it's like to be angry. I know what it's like to be out there and standing in front on the lines with signs and protest. We did that peacefully. But also the police showed up. They showed up with water cannons. They showed up with tear gas, with dogs that they set onto us. I have a face today only because a dog did not take my face off. So I know what it's like to experience police brutality. But this is not the conversation we are going to have. We have to talk about what is prejudice. And in this world that we are facing right now, people are angry. People are saying things have to change. You want things to change. You have to have things happen to change. Black people are dying in the street. Now you may say, well, that doesn't affect me. It affects all of us because there has been prejudice that has come from a very deep-seated place. And if we don't have a conversation about prejudice, about race, about the class issues, we will have this conversation again in 30 years, as we've been having it since the 1950s in the United States. Now, in this experience of protesting in South Africa, we were the students. We were the ones who took to the front lines. I was 13 years of age. We had a situation in Seattle over this weekend where a father had taken his 7-year-old son with him to what was supposed to be a peaceful demonstration, a peaceful protest. And there were other families who were also gathered around in this particular area of Seattle where this father had driven with his son. And somehow that child, that 7-year-old, got pepper sprayed by the police. Now, why are children being targeted? When we are having a conversation, why are things being escalated? That child had every right to be there to speak, to be seen, to be a part of the movement. Now, many of you are saying that child has no belonging there. No, we all have our First Amendment right. It does not say what age it starts at. Our First Amendment right in the United States, the right to free speech. I am a product of a mother who took me with her to political meetings. And I became interested in politics by exposure, by understanding what is just and what is unjust. And that is why today I feel so strongly about speaking about the plight of other people. So as we look at this child who has been pepper sprayed, we have to say, what the hell are the police thinking? They are not adding to a solution, they are creating a greater problem. But let's not get off track. One of the other challenges that I also deal with are in South Africa, where I happen to be under lockdown right now. I have over the decades met people who said, well, we oppose apartheid. Now, these were white people who said we opposed apartheid. But that is a rather difficult situation for the simple reason, during the apartheid years, where were they? What were they saying? What were they doing? I don't hear that they were actually on the front line. I don't hear them at the dinner parties during the 1980s when I was growing up, speaking up and saying, this is wrong. It is very easy to sit in a place of privilege and to say, oh, well, I opposed something back then, but it's now different. But silence speaks volumes. So you have to now speak up. If you oppose the way our society has become, if we are part of the privileged, you cannot afford to be silenced, because silence condones what is happening. You need your voice heard. If you want to be a part of the change, be the change. And that is why, right now, it is important that we get out the vote. We have to get people to start to take not a side. This is not about being right or being wrong, but this is now about being just. Who of our leaders are working towards finding a fair and just society? Are you part of that conversation? Are you part of that solution? Let us engage our leaders. And if they cannot do what we need them to do, then we need to make changes. And that change is going to come at the ballot box. That change is going to come by our action saying enough is enough. It is time for us to do things different. As we look at prejudice in the world today, it is not working for everybody. This is not about equality. This is also about equitability. There are some people who don't need a hand up. They need a hand out to be able to be pulled up. Let us extend our hand and help others who can appreciate that we are all affected and one in this circumstance. And that starts with us being vocal and getting out there and voting. Do your part. If you like this video, there are many more coming together on our channel. Please like, please subscribe, please share. Together, we will make a difference. Thank you.